1 second. Okay, bear with me 1 second, and then we can get started. Okay, we are going to get started. Welcome everyone to Formula 7 round number 9 in Tier 3 for Season 12, powered by Sim Racing Setups. We are here for a double header in Silverstone, so we've got a 25% race. Just bear with me 1 second, sorry, I've got a bit of a bug. Oh god. Okay, there we go. Okay, can everyone hear me all okay? Can everyone hear me all okay? Is the volume on the stream okay as well? So we're gonna get started. Perfect, mate. Nice, that's good to hear. Let me know if like master volume or anything like that needs changing, because that was a problem last time I did do streaming. Okay, so let's get started then. So we have the format for today, 4 sessions in total. Morning, Harry. So we have a short qualifying coming up, 18 minutes, where the 20 drivers on the grid. You've got a full grid today, which is incredible for Tier 3. 18-minute qualifying to set the grid for a normal direction 25% race here in Silverstone. And then after that, we will follow up with another 18 minutes qualifying session with a 25% race in reverse Silverstone. So we're getting the full flow of Silverstone this morning. Be a good bit of fun, a bit of a different format for everyone. So let's see how we can all get on. I'm gonna look down the order. I'm sorry, I've got a bit of a funny voice this morning as well, morning voice. So we'll see how we get on. I should be fine though. Should be fine. Who is on a lap near finishing? Let's have a look. Oh, unlucky. Well, it's a shame not to see you, Harry. I mean, you're normally quite quick. Quite quick. One of the faster group in the group. Dave starting a lap. We'll keep an eye on that and how they get on. I think it's going to be the Sauber of Uabo to finish his lap first. So we'll have a look at this. Obviously, it's a purple middle sector because he's the only driver to go through middle sector so far, apart from that Mercedes behind him. But in the Sauber, Uabo is going to be the first one to cross the line. He's going to be the one to set the pace. Where is the pace going to be for everyone today? Across the line, the first lap of the day is 27.3 from the Uabo in the Sauber, 27.4 for Inhale he follows up with. What about the Sauber teammate of Jay Gullen? Can he get anywhere near his teammate? He's got a lot of battery to spare, but he's deployed everything he can. To the line he comes, and it's 28.0, so a bit off the pace. That's unfortunate for him. Podge goes to P3. Good lap from him. The Alpine now comes to the line, and Mohi goes to 26.8. That's an incredible first lap from the Alpine. A really strong lap there. Falls in Ferrari goes to P6. Priz jumps to P4 with 27.5. Good lap from the Aston Martin driver. What about the other Red Bull driver, Jack Carter, starting a lap now? If we look down the pack, Bulldog will be next to come across the line. So 27.0 jumps into P2. Another strong banker lap. So we're seeing a few people having great banker laps, especially Mohi here in the Alpine. Currently sat in the only driver being in the 26th with a great lap. But good morning everyone. Hope everyone's all okay. Dave jumps at 26.7. There we go. We are getting the lap times really flowing in now, early doors. What about the McLaren of PX Limit? Jumps to P7. Lap times are flowing in very quickly. Super Skills starts the lap. As we now look to the next driver to come across the line, it's going to be the Haas of Nimblecat. He's on an out lap, starting a lap now, so we'll keep an eye on that one as he comes back around. Inhale into the pits. So yeah, we're starting to see drivers come back into the pits from their first runs. But yeah, good morning everyone. Good morning to the 24 of you that are in here currently. Hope everyone's all okay. Did anyone get up nice and early to watch the F1, or are we watching it later? I personally got up early and watched it with the fam. Pod's going to come across and he's going to start another lap to go again. It's lovely to see Kimi get his first ever win. That was really nice to see. But as we focus on the racing here, Jay Gullen is going to go for another lap as well. Kimi winning the World Championship, that would be insane. If he won the World Championship, that would be insane. As Jack Carter goes to 8th in that Red Bull at 27.6. It's very close to the middle of the pack here. Very, very close. As we have a look now around the pack, there's a Haas of Nimblecat as well. Also looking at the Ferrari of Ifney starting a lap as well. Nimblecat reserving for Haas today. I'm pretty sure he's full-time in the Tier 4, so we'll see how he gets on. It's a purple middle sector, so it's a strong middle part of the lap for Nimblecat. Not got very much battery left, but we'll see how he gets on. There's an Aston Martin of super skills about to finish his lap. You can see on the track map there. He jumps to P5 with 27.4. Good lap from him. The Alpine of Wobbly Lizard as well jumps to P10 with 27.7. And here comes Nimblecat then. It's going to be a 28.2. Jumps up to P14, just ahead of Bananarama. But that is all he can do for now. The next driver will be Podge. Obviously he's done one lap already. He's slightly up and he's invalidated. So he'll come into the pits, reset everything and go again. Nathan out on track as well with his teammate James on an out lap. Keep an eye on that. Jay Gullen, he is doing that second lap and he is going to finish it as well, unlike Podge, who did come into the pits. But in the Sauber then, currently Dave is the time to beat with a 26.756. Can Jay Gullen get anywhere near it? No, he can't. He doesn't improve on his time. We now look down the pack, looking at Ifney, the two Ferraris currently covering the back row of the grid. They need some lap times, else it's going to be a poor start for them for the main event, or the first half of the main event. Let's jump to P3 with a 26.9 from Ifney. It's a great lap. What about the Williams of Nathan? A 39.0, that's not a great lap. He will go again. Obviously he must have backed off his lap at some point through the fall. Wobbly Lizard though, he is going to be coming into the pits. No improves there. Same with the Aston Martin. It's a McLaren out there of Bananarama. I don't know if he is going again. And he is up on his lap time here. So let's see what Bananarama can do. Can he jump up the order from what he originally got? A bit squirmy on the exit there of Club Corner. And he goes to P15, stays where he was. No, he jumps up one position, sorry. Doesn't improve. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Deadly. How are we all, everyone? Good morning, everyone. Nimblecat starting another lap. We'll see how he gets on coming around his lap. See the Sauber of Uabo starting a lap himself, as well as Mercedes of Inhale starting a lap as well. There's a lot of drivers starting laps now after coming out early on. There's a Red Bull on track of not Jack, also Ferrari also starting a lap. There's a Williams there of James jumping up the order of 28.0. Strong lap from James then. Aston Martin of Priz now starting an out lap as well. Yeah, front runners of Tier 3 are quite fast. If you look at Bulldog upwards, there's a 3/10 gap to P5, so definitely leading the pack. Yeah, it's going to be a fun format. I can't wait for Tier 1 tonight as well. Hopefully we'll be back in time. I'm going out for Mother's Day. Anyone else got any plans for Mother's Day today? There are any mothers in the chat as well. Happy Mother's Day. Nimblecat is, no, not Nimblecat. Dev's on an out lap. 32 you in the live. Welcome in everyone for F7R round 9. Doubleheader in Silverstone for Tier 3. Dave is starting a lap. Currently the pace setter for 26.7. McLaren's of PX Limit starting a lap as well. His teammate is going to be coming around. We're watching Nimblecat and Bananarama here. But Nimblecat's going to be first of the two. And Nimblecat jumps to P13 with 28.0. Bananarama closely follows. Doesn't improve his lap time, but he starts a new lap instead. Now looking around the pack. Who is on laps? Mohi's on a lap. And he is up as well. Yeah, 26s for Tier 3 is impressive. It is impressive, especially for the three of them that are currently in. And Mohi could be improving here, and he doesn't. He just misses out on a time improvement. Jack Carter, not Jack Carter, Forza Ferrari hasn't improved in his lap time, sadly. B-Carb of Podge is starting a lap himself. Now to Priz in the Aston Martin. Can he improve on his lap time? He does, and he goes to 27.0. It's a strong lap from Priz, actually. Jack Carter on an outlap starting his lap as well. Podge also on a lap. Keep an eye on him. But now we look to his teammate who is on an outlap as well. One of two drivers who have not set laps just yet. Slower times in Tier 3. We'll see how he gets on. Obviously, Tier 2 is next up after this one at 12:30. Tier 4 at 3 o'clock. And then the main event of Tier 1 at 7 o'clock this evening. Now let's up the order. Nimblecat, no, not Nimblecat. Dev's on a lap, and he's improved. 26.4. That is an incredible lap. Let's change the gap to the leader now. Why not? That is an incredible lap from Dave at 26.4. Really strong there. Super Skills starting a lap as well. The Ferrari of MD hasn't set a lap yet, and he's invalidated, so he won't be improving. UD will keep an eye on him, but he needs to get a good lap on the board, else he is going to be down in the bottom row. His teammate Podge is on a lap. He'll be next to come across the line. Let's have a look to see what he can get up to. Whether he can creep into that top 10, obviously. Championship leader, of course. Well, equal on points of NMX James. He's got to get a good result, and it's P11 only for Podge. Not great for the championship leader, but we'll see how he gets on. The other Alpine of Mohi starting a lap. We'll keep an eye on him as well. Jack Carter in the Red Bull. Here he goes. He's 4 tenths up, and he goes to P6. 6 tenths off the pack. It's so close from second downwards. Could be anyone's race, but Dave is absolutely flying out in front. UD then, he hasn't set a lap yet. He'll be hoping to get a lap on the board. He's abandoned this one, I think. No, he hasn't. He's just got so much battery to his name. So I'm sure he will go again. He will try and recharge everything. Go again for this final part of qualifying. Let me know, guys, if the audio is okay, my volume and the master volume of the game as well. Just let me know if everything's all okay, if anything needs adjusting. So I can happily try my best to adjust everything. Remember, if you want to join F7R Super Clean Racing in every tier you go to, !Discord in the chat, and it will send you an invite to the server, and then you'll be treated by one of the admin team to hopefully get yourself a seat on these incredible grids. If not, reserve driver will be your name. Nathan starting a lap as well. We'll keep an eye on that. There's an Alpine on track. Wobbly Lizard starting a lap himself. Podge coming into the pits, and the Alpine teammate of Mohi is on a lap. Let's see how he can get on. He's drained everything he's got. He's a 10th up. I don't know if he's going to mount a challenge to Dave, but we will see. Here he comes across the line. 26.8. He's gapped a little bit from the rest of the pack, but he's still not in the real fight with Dave's time. It's an incredible lap time from Dave. He really should be happy with that. And I wouldn't be surprised if not many people come close to that, to be honest. And UD now, obviously he has set a lap time, but it's not really competitive. What can the V-Carb driver do? It's a good lap so far, to be fair to him. He jumps to P10, he's into that top 10 on the grid. It's such close racing here, such close times all around the pack. You can see, like, the gaps are so minuscule between drivers, like 3 milliseconds between Priz and Jack Carter, you can see, for 5 and 6. Looking down the order, there's a McLaren out there of PX Limit. He's starting his lap. He will be the one to come across the line next. It's short quali in 25, yeah, 25% race for this one. And then we'll go into another short quali and a 25% race, but instead it will be for reverse Silverstone track. So yeah, it's a real nice format, a real mix-up. It's a great idea. What about Jay Gullen then? He's invalidated his lap, so no improvements there. Nathan improves on his time nicely, but he doesn't improve position. Everyone then, apart from MB, have got like respectable lap times on the board then. As we look down the order, there is, who's on a lap? You do know. PX Limit will be next to qualifying actually. Oh no, NMX James, sorry. I missed that, my mistake. Yeah, it should be a good one. NMX James then, the championship leader, can he do anything? He jumps to P7, it's a good lap from him. Be happy with that. Now it's a PX Limit in the McLaren, he's invalidated his lap, so no improvements for him. Inhale will be next to the on-board camera. Inhale in the Mercedes, currently just inside the top 10. See if he can jump up and take this at McLaren, gets out of the way quite nicely. For the Mercedes going through Brooklyn, Woodcote and now Chapel. No, not Brooklyn, Woodcote, what am I on about? Maggis and Beckett, it's my mistake. Now heading up the hill into Stowe, finishing the middle way through the final sector. Heading now down into the final section of the lap here in Silverstone. It's a good lap so far. He's just not got very much battery left for that final sprint to the line. Don't want to take too much of that sausage curve. Does inhale to the line. It's a good lap to be fair to him. He doesn't improve actually instead. I thought he might improve on that, but he hasn't. Nimblecat then, he stays where he is, but does improve his time to be fair to him, but doesn't improve position sadly. Now F7R in the Red Bull, doing quite a nice job in the championship so far. Can he find a bit of time today? He doesn't. He goes to P16. He finds time, but not enough that he would want to be. Wobbly Lizard then not improving on his time, and he isn't going to improve on his lap in the end. The Williams of NMX James coming into the pits then. As Jack Carter about to start his lap as well. As this is going to be everyone now just flooding out to try and get in time. But loads of people just diving into the pits late, try and get their final laps going. We'll see who does get out as we now look to Friz starting his final lap in this session. We'll see how he gets on come the end of the lap. The other Mercedes of Bulldog also trying to get around in time. He should be okay. While the Haas of Nimblecat is the one we're going to watch now. I don't think he's improving. No, he's not. He's going to charge up to go for one more lap before the end of this qualifying session. Red Bull or Forza Ferrari is on a lap, or is he not? I'm not sure. I don't think he is. He might be. I might be wrong. We'll keep an eye on it, see what his times are looking like to see if he is or not. I don't think he is. No, he's not. He's letting that Ferrari go by, I think, Ifney. Or is it MB? So MB still hasn't got a lap, and he's just stuck behind this McLaren here. We want to try and get some nice track position. Ifney will be also across the line. Yeah, gets strapped in for the final part of qualifying. These final laps have been flooded in so quickly. The Alpino Mohi, but here we go. We just got to keep an eye on everything really here. Got to keep an eye on the track map. That track map is going to save me here. Super Skill's about to start his lap along with everyone else. The V-carb of Podge as well. Drivers just want to get that track position, try and get the best position they can, ready to start their lap. 20 seconds left to go in the session. Bananarama comes across the line to start his lap. Mohi as well, no, Wobbly Lizard, sorry, the Ferrari of MB as well. I think the V-carb of UD will be the last person to cross the line. He might just make it in time, I think he will. As Priz has set his lap time and he's gone to second place. What a lap from the Aston Martin driver. Really strong from him. Bulldog then will be next to come across the line. He's not going to be able to get that pole position, Priz, but he's got the front row. What can Bulldog do about the front row, possibly? He goes to the 26s and it's a third place, just behind Priz. Great lap from Bulldog. As we now look to Bananarama, no, not Bananarama, PX, who has not made it to the line, and he won't be improving on his time itself. Nimblecat will be next to come across the line then. The checkered flag is waving. If they haven't got to the line in time, they're not going to be setting a lap. We're just watching everyone trundle through, but Nimblecat all on his own. Lovely track position. We'll see how he gets on. The Haas driver reserving today from a tier 4 full-time driver to a tier 3 for today. Can he jump up the order? He doesn't. He stays where he is. That is unfortunate for Nimblecat, doing the job he just has to do. Mohi then in the Alpine will be next to come across the line, running through club corner now. Final corner for Mohi. Can he make a mount on the pole challenge? He does make a mount, and he's on the front row. It's a great lap. Super Skills goes to P5 with a great lap from him. Podge jumps to P8 with another awesome lap as well. What about Bananarama? He jumps to P12. The Alpine of Wobbly Lizard stays where he is. The Sauber of Jay Gullen doesn't improve. The Ferrari of MB, only P15 for him. Not the best at all for him. Udi then, one of the last drivers to come across the line. He will be the last one to come across the line. He jumps to P10. So that is your grid then. It all happened so quickly. I thought like everyone would be coming and setting laps, but it's only at the end of the lap. Only a few people actually did set laps. But Dave's Devs in the Haas will be on pole position for the feature race in the 25% race for the normal way round the circuit before we head to the reverse circuit in the second half of the event. Great lap, really good lap from Dave. Priz P3 as well, great lap from him. Mohi reserving for Alpine today. Really good stuff from him. Just looking around the pack, as there we go, that is it. So that's your grid then. Dave is on pole position for the first half of the event today in normal way round Silverstone. for 26.4. We'll have a look. 26.409 for Dave. We'll keep an eye on that and remember, see which goes faster, reverse or normal way. But followed by Mohi, Priz with a great lap in the Aston Martin, Bulldog, super skills, Ifney, Jack Carter, Podge, James, Podge and James, championship rivals starting on the same row of the grid, I believe. If not, they'll be right next to each other. UD, Uabo, Inhale, Bananarama, PX Limit, MB, Wobbly Lizard, Nimblecat in 17th, Forza Ferrari, Jay Gullen and Nathan will start from the back. He'll just watch everything go on. We'll ignore Jay Gullen's lap, he says. We'll see. Yes, hopefully it can be a good race. Obviously, half of the race is about to begin, and then the second half of the race will end up later. Remember, everyone, if you are watching and you are racing, please wait a few minutes so people can sort their setup strategies, etc. Get a drink, get ready for the first half of the event to end. And then we'll move on to the second half. 18-minute qualifying once again for the reverse way round, and then 25% race after that for the double header in Silverstone here. I'll be back in a second for the race start. Never mind, I won't be because we are already counting down. Go Nimblecat, says Slow P Gamer. Let's see what Nimblecat can do, reserving in tier 3 today. Yeah, it was a nice qualifying, very nice qualifying. But here we go then. We are getting underway for formation lap. Let's have a look at the tyre strategies for people today. It's a real mix of mediums and soft. So we have Dave on softs, Bulldog on softs, Ifney on softs, Uabo, Bananarama, MB and Wobbly Lizard on softs. So that's 7 soft tyre runners for tier 3, the race start in the 25% race in normal circuit. Everyone else is starting on medium tyres. We'll have a look at the strategies when they come up on the screen. Gonna be really interested to see these guys come through the order, because there's obviously some outliers. You feel like Jay Gullen, you never know. Yeah, softs could be risky, you never know. What can Nimblecat do reserving today? Of course, Bananarama, PX Limit, the two McLarens need to make a bit of a charge. If we have a look there, Molly got a bit of a break between the time, between the events. Let's have a look at the constructor standing stats, shall we, and see which teams are looking good for that one. Aston Martin and VCARB are the battlers, and right now Aston Martin have a huge advantage over VCARB with 3rd and 5th. Full points of course for both races today, so we'll see how they get on. A lot of points dished out today. Be a good little fun event. So someone could possibly get 60 points from one event. That would be incredible if someone won both races. That would be insane. But yeah, as they start to come around the order in a nice orderly fashion. Dave will be leading us away. Quick reminder of the tyres for everyone. Everyone is on mediums apart from some soft tyre runners for Dave, Bulldog, Ifney, Uabo, Bananarama, MB and Wobbly Lizard are all starting on the soft tyres. NMX James and Podge is the championship battle. MB is also about 40 points behind, so we can see if he can close in that Ferrari. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on everything. But right now, all eyes are on the front of the pack with Dave and Mohi locking out the front row together. Undercut could be powerful, yeah. We'll see how everyone gets on. Strategies could be quite interesting today. As we wait now for the lights then. For F7R round 9, double header in Silverstone, tier 3, season 12. 5 lights are out. We are underway in tier 3 for the first race of 2 this morning. Dave gets away nicely. Priz getting away as well nicely, trying to get ahead of the Alpine at the start. Dave gets away beautifully at the start. It's a perfect start for him. Mohi also off the start. You can see positions changing in the background. Priz trying to go round the outside of Bulldog. Bulldog sticking out the inside nice and smoothly. Everyone goes around the first sector then. Priz making a bit of contact there with the drivers around him. Bulldog making a great start, getting ahead of the Aston Martin. Perfect what he could have done. That's a perfect start for him. And now he mounts the challenge on the Alpine of Mohi. You see down the middle here, Jack Carter, side by side with Podge, championship leader. Side by side as we go round Brooklands here. Also side by side is Judy and James, still side by side, and also side by side is Uabo and Bananarama. Overtakes going off everywhere here. down the order, but look at Dave out in front, checked out already it seems, but Bulldog certainly he's not checked out. He goes wide there at Cops, just trying to really push so hard on Mohi, trying to get that move done early doors, but overtakes going on all around. Look at this through Maggers and Beckett, almost going off the track there as Inhale had a poor start for him. PX Limit also right on the back of him. As look at that, they have McLaren there, completely off the road for Banana, really off the line here, but he's joining back on. Side by side with Yudi then. Yudi takes the final top 10 position, but through goes Uwabo on MB as well. MB making up places at the start as yellow flags, and it's Bulldog. Bulldog's gone round. The man who was fighting for the podium positions has dropped down and tried to catch onto them. He's got back going again, and the Mercedes driver now is down in last place. I'm really sorry for not catching that, but he must have had a moment of some sort. He's gone around there. Maybe contact Mohi, we'll have a look after the race, but Friz then leads the train, but Mohi and Dave just checking out in front. But that is a huge blow for Mercedes as Bulldog drops out to last place, just behind Nathan in the Williams. Looking up round the pack, no real dive bombs going on. If you look down the pack, Uwabo really trying to mount pressure on Yudi, as well as MB trying to get involved as well. Down the inside goes MB. Side by side they go through, down the national pit straight into Cops they go. Are we going to see a nice simple move? Uwabo does back out in the end, and MB is into P11 then. Obviously points go down to P15, 4 points for everyone. Jay Gullen are taking that last points position at the minute as it stands, but it's battling all the way at the back here. PX Limit versus Bulldog, really getting aggressive between the two of them. Nathan is sitting behind us as well, waiting for his time to shine. Mohi sticking quite nicely here to Nathan, just what he needs to do. Possible race strategy then, it's a one stop for everyone really, of either a soft medium or a medium hard would be the expected, or a soft hard. Something like that. We'll see how it goes. Dave sets past that, followed by Mohi. Great racing early on here. No one out. Everyone's driving nice and smoothly. Bulldog though making that mistake. We'll keep an eye on him, see if he can make up places. As Yuji, I believe, set the fastest lap there. So yeah, we could see everyone's so close together, causing some fun racing here in F7R. Remember, if you want to join in with the fun racing, really close, aggressive driving from everyone, !Discord in the chat, and it will send you a link to our server. And we now look to the battle at the front. Very close to Team Dave and Mohi still. Had a move there for James on Banana Armour, I think it was. I think I just saw it. Might have been Yudi on MB there, as Wobbly Lizard also making the move on Nimble Cat. So close and combusted in the middle. I don't know why I said combusted, congested I meant. But look at this, here we go into Cop. Will Wobbly Lizard stick up this one? He does. Nice and smooth where they go. Both of them sticking on the track. Great racing here. Side by side they still go Nimble Cat and Wobbly Lizard. In the end, Nimble Cat does make the move. A great move from the Haas driver. Really great stuff here at the bottom of the pack, taking over that one place behind the final point positions. Big DRS train all around the pack as MB goes up the inside here at Stowe, trying to make a move into now Vale we go. As that's off the track goes Nathan, but we're still watching this side by side battle between MB and Yudi. In the end, MB always him as Yudi's gone round. Yudi's onto the grass, he rejoins nice and safely, gets out the way of the drivers around him, and he'll just slot in behind PX Limit. But Nathan comes into the pits to change his wing. He's had a big moment there, and he is now changing his wing in the pit lane. It's unfortunate for Nathan, not had a great start to this race. Priz then still leads this train of around the whole grid pretty much, down to P18 roughly. A bit of gap from MB to Banana Armour, that's the only breathing room in this little train here. 13 laps of Silverstones, 18 corners here, as they all get around nice and smoothly. Another lap goes by where Dave is in the lead. He's controlling this first race here in the normal way round of the circuit, but Mohi is sticking onto his backside. He's not letting him go. He's not going to let him run away with this at all in the Alpine. Doing a great job, both of these, just to stick with each other and trying to cause a bit of a mistake from one another. But look at this, as we look down the pack, Priz under pressure from Ifney here. The Ferrari's going to go down the inside of Stowe here. Priz is defenceless. He's going to try and stick it around the outside, but like I said, he's defenceless. He's going to try a little switch back here, maybe into Vale. He's going to go aggressive. Down the inside he goes. He doesn't have enough room there, but his teammate now, Super Skills, is right on the back of him. Really going to try and mount a challenge and trying his hardest to make his way back ahead. But as we look now down the pack, early stop there for the Ferrari in the Red Bull, trying to maybe make an undercut off those soft tyres. We'll have a look and see how it all goes off between everyone, but 8 laps to go in this race, and right now it's looking likely it's Dave or Mohi for the win so far, but no commentator's curse hopefully. Mohi's right on the back here, he's a lot closer this time, but he's right on the back, and we will keep an eye on this as Priz going to go aggressive to the inside here. If he does keep his clean racing to his own, Podge makes it through on D&D Super Skills, breaks the Aston Martin little sandwich that they've made with that Ferrari. Podge is trying to make up ground, and the championship leader, of course, is going to make some big points on MX James in this race, but Priz side by side with Ifney, they go, and Priz is ahead then into top. Great overtake from Priz. He goes off the track though, and Ifney's going to come back ahead of him. Side by side they go, and Priz is going to have to yield in the end. And look at Podge, he's right on the back of them. Mohi at the front as well, just dropped off slightly, but he's still in that DRS range. We'll keep an eye on that. Podge though really on the back of Priz here, but look at this train that's just going through. See the McLaren of Bananarama side by side with Jack here. Bananarama goes around the outside of Jack, nice and easy. But Jack gets it straight back through on the inside. No messing around there as D&B Super Skills. There's a lot of drivers in the pits. Super Skills, Bananarama, and I believe that is MB as well in the pits. There's a lot of drivers running into the pits here. There's loads to have a look at the pit stoppers. Can we see the pit stoppers? No, we can't. My mistake. I just thought I could see pit stoppers. Oh wow, but look at the pit lane. It's so crowded. Looking up the pack, Priz and Podge switching away. Side by side they go, round onto the first DRS zone of the lap. Podge is going to try and mount a challenge, but Priz has got that defence mechanism of DRS on Ifney. Let's look at this in the middle here. James versus Podge, side by side, do the championship rivals in this event. Tier 3 championship rivals, equal 1 points. Side by side they still go. Podge now getting involved with Priz. Priz has had a moment. Here we go, into top we go. So on board with Podge racing. Priz going to get the straight line speed to get back ahead, but LMX James on the inside there. Podge slips his car through on the inside. This is great racing here in F7R. Between these three, LMX James, Podge and Priz all keeping it nice and clean. Jack Carter with the first 3-second time penalty of the eve of the morning. Doing great stuff here. Really good racing. Priz still leads this battle from in 4th place. Ifney's checked out now ahead of this battle. But looking through the middle, James versus Podge. Podge goes aggressive up the inside. James tries to go round the outside, and James makes an incredible move in the Williams car. Great racing here. And now they all dive into the pits. So Ifney continues out in front. No, he goes into the pits. Sorry, Mohi as well. Dave goes out in front as well. So Jack Carter will be your new race leader then in the Red Bull. But everyone is pitting early on. Medium tyres for Jack and Inhale. They are going longer in this race. Jay Gollan as well. Interested to see where Dave will come out. As Podge, Yudi, is also coming to the pits. Yudi pitted. No, he didn't pit, sorry. He had a moment early on, didn't he? Had a spin. And Dave is going to come out in the lead of the race, but Mohi just following behind him as well. But the battle's around the pack. Look how close it is between Bananarama and Ifney on the exit. The two Ferraris very close on the exit. MB versus Ifney. I think Ifney has just came out ahead, but oh, the slide! The two Ferraris have made contact. The two Ferraris made contact. Luckily, it's nothing too serious, but they've lost out to Priz and Super Skills. The two Ferraris have made contact into the village section, as it's known as by the people. They call it village. And the two Ferraris making contact. I don't know if there's any damage for either of them, but two Ferraris making contact in the first race here. No damage by looks of things. As we look at NL James and Podge, who are still going at it, these two. Incredible for these two. Priz, on the other hand, has jumped away from them under that pit stop. Did a really good job. Off the road goes Ifney in front of them, you can see there. Looking down the pack, Podge versus NMX James. Lap 7 of 13 as everyone is deciding to pit now. Jay Gollan continuing on then. another lap, so he's going to be your new race leader then, Jay Gullen in the Sauber, from seemingly last, I think he was, on the grid. Let's have a look, yeah, 17 places up. He's now in P2, he's doing a great job out there. 3-second time penalty for Uabo in the Sauber. But Bananarama plays then in the McLaren. He's going to jump up to P6 now, no P5, sorry, with the pit stoppers. So he's the net third place here, Bananarama. Did a great job for that McLaren team. I don't know if he's pitted there. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, everyone has pitted apart from the top two then. So the top two, the only drivers that haven't pitted. But looking in the middle, look how close it is here. Priz and LMX James and Podge still going at it, these three. They've been so close all race, but look how close it is. NMX James pulls out on Priz. Side by side they go. To the inside goes NMX James. Priz cuts across nicely. Goes off the road slightly, just keeps it on the track. And NMX James then does stick it on the inside. Nearly contact between the two of them. Priz just sticks it on the inside. Podge as well, just sitting in behind us, waiting for what will happen. But the two Ferraris, after making contact a few laps to go, they're back running in P7 and 8. Okay result for them so far. But Dave's currently checking out as the net leader, as Jack Carter does pit now, and Jay Gullen will also pit now, so Dave will take back the lead of the race. Hello Keelan, welcome to the chat, mate. I'm riding for tier 1 tonight, but I'd have nothing to do this afternoon. I'd like to know the race this afternoon. I'm not sure. You have to ask Nathan after he's done this race. You have to find out from him. I'm not sure about this, etc. But I know I'll be racing in tier 1 tonight, so I hope to see you there, Levan. As Dave gets the fastest lap of the race on those medium tyres, sorry. Maybe he's gone for hard then, so it's not different between his riding in this race. Super Skills and Bananarama having a nice little battle themselves. But look at this train led by Ifney. It goes all the way down to Mercedes Bulldog. So close, look at the broadcast. Look how close they are. It's amazing how close they are. Looking at the back of the train, Bulldog trying to go round the outside of Forza Ferrari. Here they go. Side by side they go, and in the end Bulldog gets ahead. MB gets ahead of his teammate. A little tactical swap maybe we could have seen there. As Priz goes wide, that's going to allow Podge to come back. Oh, he's made contact with Priz. Bit of contact with the Aston Martin. The Priz did catch Podge off guard there, I'm pretty sure. That's going to affect his launch off into the straight, onto Copse Corner. Podge doing a great drive so far. As we look down the pack, still such a huge train. Priz has just lost out, sadly, from this train to NMX James, but side by side the Ferraris go again. If he goes ahead this time, 3 seconds off Super Skills and Bananarama. But Dave is absolutely controlling this race now. It's incredible to see from Dave. He's really shown some great pace. As James trying to break the Ferrari the little duo here, trying to make his way through. He does get ahead of MB, but MB straight away back onto him. But he does have to settle for P7 now in the Ferrari. NMX James will be right all over Ifney now as well, trying to break that Ferrari sandwich now he's into now. As MB trying to go down the inside of James, doing a great job here. James versus Ifney and MB, great battle between these three. James in that Ferrari sandwich, as I said multiple times now. Jack Carter in that white Red Bull trying to get ahead of Podge on the newer tyres. Down the inside, he dives down the inside. Podge gives him plenty of room. Great racing here. Jack going to go for a switch back here maybe. Does he get the launch that he wants? I don't think he does. And he's going to have to settle for P10 for now. But he has got a good launch actually, my mistake. He's going right on the back of Podge here. Is he going to make a move? He does settle. He sits behind 4 Copse. No need to mess around with Copse. It can go so terribly wrong for the drivers out there. 3 second penalty for Ifney. That's a big blow for him. As we look to the front then, Bananarama trying to get defensive on Super Skills. A lot of pressure being mounted on him. As MB and James still side by side they go, and MB breaks the little defense from James, and he's back into P6 now. As Jay Gullen can see, making a move on PX limit in the background there. Bulldog also making a place on Nimble Cow after his earlier on spin. He's having to make up some big ground in this race then. Because they have started now just to settle down on lap 11 then. Nimble Cat and Forza Ferrari switching positions. Forza Ferrari gets another 3-second time penalty then. So it's had a bit of a poor race. Forza Ferrari in the Red Bull. Poor penalty wise. Oh my god, I'm tired. Too early for this. Super Skills piling on the pressure on the McLaren of Bananarama. As we look into the middle of the pack, Nimble Cat and Forza Ferrari. Forza Ferrari side by side trying to go for a move into Brooklyn. Looking down the pack then. Nathan sadly in a world of his own really. Doing what he was, just taking part is what matters. As Podge now making a move on Priz. Look at this through Magnussen and Beckett. So they go side by side. Priz makes a lovely move to get back ahead of Podge. Poor Nathan indeed as Super Skills now does make the move on Bananarama. Bananarama getting defensive. Side by side they go through Stowe. Super Skills does make the move in the end and he's ahead into Stowe corner as Dave now starts the penultimate lap of the race. Jack Carter making a move on Podge into Vale then. He does sit behind in the end as Moody making a move on Limit as well. You can see in the background there on the timing ladder. Priz then in P8, currently the battle for the final points positions for Nimble Cat and Ferrari. 1 point for the Ferrari, 2 points for Nimble Cat as it stands. That can all change. Rob Lizard as well getting involved in yellow flags. And it's a McLaren as well. It's the McLaren of Limit. I think he's going to vote going slowly. Getting back going again on the penultimate lap of the race then. Bananarama just binding his time, waiting for that time to pounce on Super Skills. He's got to time this right. He's got to time this right as the Aston Martin driver. And so does the McLaren. Great racing between everyone here. Everyone is still in this race. No retirement, which is lovely to see. Everyone's sticking involved in this race, knowing there's something to work for everyone here. Inhale going off the track there, you can see. It's a lovely little train led by Priz here for P8. NMX James has just got away with that Ferrari here. As we look now to the front, can Bananarama go for a big ballsy move? He just sits behind for now. As Dave then will be about to start the final lap of this race. I haven't looked at him very much at all because he's just been in a world of his own really. With Mohi just behind him, but still a big gap between the two of them, 2 seconds. That's a big gap in F1 terms. But down the order then, Robbie Lizard making a move on Nimble Cat for the final place in the points for the Alpine driver. Great stuff from him. People like Jay Gullen, that longer on those tyres didn't help him at all. As we look now to Wobbly Lizard trying to make a move on Forza Ferrari and Jay Gullen trying to make a move as well. As we look to the front, there's yellow flags, and it's Ifney. Ifney's gone round. Oh, and he's gone into the back of Priz. Oh. That is not great. Priz's race. He was running so well, the Aston Martin driver. And he's now down in 12th and going to be down in the back of the pack. Ifney, a bit of an unsafe region. I don't know. Oh, there's a moment. Jay Gullen's gone round. Oh, it's chaos. It's chaos here. A big moment for Ifney, has cost a lot of drivers some ground here. Ifney's going to lose out to Wobbly Lizard as well. Never mind, he's going to get back ahead. And now it's the other Aston Martin, is it? No, it's Priz. Sorry. Priz is in the gravel and he's getting back going again. Must have gone off there. That is so unfortunate. But for the first race of 2 this afternoon, it's a great drive from Dave. He's going to check out and he is going to be your race winner for the first half of this event. Dave will win the normal way round. Mohi comes home for second. It's a battle for 4th place here. Bananarama trying to go round the outside here of MB as Priz retires, and it's Bananarama's going to settle for P4 on the road, but MB will come home. Oh no, he doesn't. He goes off the track and NMX James comes on. Oh my goodness, there's side by side across the line between Jack and Podge. Great stuff from them. Ifney will come in for P12, Wobbly Lizard for 13, UD for 14, and Nimble Cat for 15. So Wobbly Lizard will take the final points position. Never mind, Jay Gullen will. Penalties galore. Is messing it up. But now the battle for last place. Here we go. Will Limit go for a move on Nathan here? He does. He goes to the inside. Nathan tries to switch back here on the last lap, the last corners of the race. Is he going to do it? No, Nathan doesn't. Limit does get ahead of him the last lap. Battling all the way to the end then. Great race in the end. So unfortunate for drivers like Priz and Ifney on that last lap. But that is one half done. And a second half to go. So that is the first half of this morning done. That's the podium then of Dave, Mohi and Super Skills on the podium. We'll skip it away. There are the award winners then. Unlucky Jacob. I mean, it was a bit of a crazy race to be honest. A lot was happening, but Dave comes out on top with Mohi in second, Super Skills third, James fourth, MB in fifth, Bananarama's P6, Inhale P7, Jack Carter P8, Podge P9, Bulldog P10, Uabo P11, 12 for Ifney, Nimblecat 13, Udi 14, Jay Gullen 15, Wobbly Lizard 16, Forza Ferrari 17, Limit 18, Nathan in 19, and Priz in P20. If I had to give a driver of the day for the first race of two, oh, I don't know. I mean, Dave is the obvious option. The last to first checked out, or MB. I think I'm gonna go with Dave for the first race. But if it's a combined vote from the streamer, then I'll have a look to see what we can see. So then, yeah, make sure to report things if you do disagree with things. So then, we're gonna stay in the lobby. I'm gonna keep commentating while we wait. I believe I just changed the track. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nathan. Do I just change the track? I believe I just changed track. Nobody leave the session. That's a good point. Yes, mate. Just change the track. That's all I've got to do. Okay. Can't be too hard. Great Britain to Great Britain reverse. There we go. And then ready up. I assume. 13 laps once again. No one has left luckily. So we can just go again, I assume. What did everyone make of that race? Let me know your post-race thoughts, everyone in the chat. With the 31 of you in the stream. Appreciate you all. I assume you can just say ready up. I don't want to say anything in case I'm wrong. Yeah, it was a good race. It was a good race, Jack. Sorry if I hit you in the straight, Nathan. Yeah, good race. Very good race. What are our predictions then for the second race? Dave lost the first. Is it reverse grid? Am I wrong? Wait, hang on. I'm confused. Don't confuse me, Keelan, at all. Do I have to do a grid or something? I'm really confused now. I don't want to tell people to ready off and I've done it all wrong. Outright myself when I was in P4 tapping. Yeah, I saw that, Bulldog. I'm afraid. That's so annoying. No, it'll be my own fault. And yes, reverse track. We're ready to go. Ready to go then. Okay. I will put the little announcement out. Okay, I'm going to put a little announcement out because why not? Okay. Boom. Told people to ready up. I feel so in control. It's lovely. Or my prediction is Dave wins. Okay. It's not reverse grid, I don't think. It's another short qualifying session, guys. So yeah, let me know your predictions, guys. Let's do a winner prediction, also some podium predictions, guys, for the reverse Grand Prix. Obviously, the podium for the first race was Dave in first, Mohi P2, and then in P3 was Super Skills in the Aston Martin. Did a great drive from him. But yeah, let me know your predictions, guys. The 30 of you in here. Hope everyone's had a good morning so far. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Anyone got any plans for Mother's Day? With the pits, do you go through the usual exit? The usual exit with the pits. With the pits, you go through the normal exit of if it was normal way round, and then you come out the entry. So it's completely reverse. Completely reverse. So when you come out your box for qualifying, you will go out the entry of the pits for normal way. As in for reverse, you go in through where you will go into the pits where you normally come out for the normal way round. Not racing this track, wow. So it's a first for some then. That'll be interesting. Make sure everyone's got their setup sorted, of course. Obviously it's a new lobby. Not a new lobby, but a new session, so setups are key. Remember your setups, everyone. Yeah, I'm really lucky. I'm really happy with this format because it's just something different, you know. Something different. I mean, I get it's lots of fun. Like obviously in SM we introduce sprint races, which it really mixes up. Sprint races is fun as well, but to have two complete full point races is just incredible. Really good fun. But another qualifying session we go then. It is weird to see a Sauber at that end of the grid, on the track map. You can see in the bottom right corner of your screen. We get lap data up. Tyres, you'd assume, yeah, everyone on softs. Who's going to be first out then? Let's make predictions early, guys. Who's going to be first out? Who is going to be first out? Early predictions, guys. Quick names, quick fire names. Who's going to be first out? I think it's going to be Ifney here. I can just see in the garage there. I might be wrong. I think it's Ifney. Oh, I think it's going to be Ifney. No, it's going to be close. It's a Sauber down the end. Yes, yeah, Sauber. It's Uabo. Uabo's going to be first out. I think he was first out the first time as well. Liam thought he was going to be out. Are you Uabo, Liam? Because if you are, then you've got a good prediction there. So out they go then. This is going to be fun. No. Okay. Reverse Silverstone. It feels really weird after doing a whole almost a whole hour of commentating the normal way around. Make predictions. 5 more DNFs. So you're saying 5 DNFs in this race as your prediction, Deadly. Interesting prediction. Interesting. We'll see how he gets on. 100%. Let's go for it. Da, 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 da. So Uabo will be the first one. Dave pins it. Interesting prediction, Harry. How do I make a prediction? I'll pass for now. I'll make predictions later on for tier 1 or something. I'll give myself a commentator's curse. So as we wait now for everyone on, they're either all on out laps or in the pits. Look at that train on the track map. Oh my word. I'm gonna have to keep up with a lot of things here, so bear with me. But Uabo will lead us away then for the first lap on reverse Silverstone then. It's a really, really hard corner to execute this one here. But he's got it nice and steady, nice and smooth. Just missed the apex there. But sector 1 has to be executed. Obviously, the sectors end where normally the sectors end in the reverse track, but they're just in the reverse. So sector 3 will start where sector 1 ends on normal race, if that makes sense. The qualifying position is completely different to the first. Oh my, so no one starts in the exact same place. That would be interesting. I'll imagine that's true. That would be crazy. Uabo then on his lap, heading to his top the wrong way round. Oh, it just looks so weird. Oh, he's gone off track. And it's about, oh, he's spun. He binned it. That corner could prove to be a big problem for some then. We'll keep an eye on people as Podge now. People, look, another one's gone off. Look, the other Sauber's gone off. Jake got him this time. So the driver's really struggling already, the two Saubers, to really adapt to the new track. Yeah, he is lucky to save that, as Podge then will be the first driver to set an actual lap then, as Jack Carter's on an out lap who's ahead of him. Nathan and Yudi still in the pits then, we'll keep an eye on them, but Podge will be the first one to set a lap. Here we go then, for the second race of the second half of this event this morning. Early start for those that are watching the chat, I do appreciate you all taking part. Here we go then, Podge to the line, it's 28.1. And Ifney straight away beats that. Forza Ferrari comes in for P3. TX Limit goes to P1 with 27.8. The Aston Martin of Priz goes to P2 with 27.8 as well. He matches that. Nimblecat jumps to P7. If Inhale to P5. Bulldog goes P6. Wobbly Lizard P8. Now look to the Ferrari of MB. He's going to come across the line. He goes to P4. Great lap from him. Bulldog starts his lap as we now look to the Williams. The Williams of James. He goes to the top by 3/10. The championship leader. That is perfect for him. Banana Armour goes to P2. Great lap from him. The Haas driver of Dave goes to P8. Mohi goes to P1 with a 27.1. Great lap from him. So Dave then a bit off the pace early on then compared to what he was on normal track. Jack Carter, purple in the middle sector. It's a good lap so far from Jack. He's invalidated. Oh no, he's invalidated. But what a lap early on from Mohi then in the Alpine. A great lap from him. 27.1, 5/10 clear, no 4/10 clear of the rest. And there's a Haas then of Dave. Is that Dave? No, it's Nimblecat in the grass. Getting back onto the track. So yeah, interesting then. Everyone's set those laps apart from like the bottom 6 drivers. And Podge is fueled for two hot laps I reckon here. He goes again then. Yellow flags around the patch. His driver's going slowly, trying to build a gap between drivers. Oh, there's a spin. It's MB. He's gone round. He's back going again though. The V Cup there of UD getting a bit off the track there. Lots of drivers coming in. Podge though carries on. Forza Ferrari as well as Super Skills jumps to P7. I think that was a lap. Yeah, it was. Super Skills was set his lap then. That's his first lap of the day. Jay Gullen starting his lap as well. He's validated straight away and he goes straight off the track there. Interesting. Drivers seems to be struggling to adapt after doing a whole hour of driving on the normal way. Now to go straight to reverse. But Mohi is straight away adapted in the Alpine, doing a great job for him. Now then, Podge. Can he improve on his time? He's up by 2/10 then. So this could jump into that top 5, maybe 4 position. You never know. You can get this final sector right. It looks okay. Let's go on board of it, shall we? Going a bit wide there. He's got to get the traction nice. Heading through these final corners. I can't even look at the track map now. I can't even look at like the official track to see like what corners there are. So it's just going to be so confusing. I'm just going to ignore that. As Podge does jump up to P5, I said he would be in that P5 position, and he is up there. As Banana Arm's had a spin as well. He was off on his lap, and they've had another spin then. The driver's having a lot of spins in quali here, getting used to it. This could be big practice then. Some vital practice laps. He's going very slowly there. The Sauber of Uabo nearly got collected in that Aston Martin, I think. They might have just been letting that V-Cub through, I'm not sure. UD is on a lap then. He is going to see it through, I believe, as well. He is. He's on a good lap as well. Let's see if he can jump himself up. Here comes UD to the line then. UD goes to P14 with 28.5. And Jay Gullen starts his lap then. He invalidated the first time. He hasn't invalidated it this time, but he has gone wide. As MB now goes to P3 with a great lap from the Ferrari driver. Seriously good lap from him to get into that top 3 position. Jack Carter on an out lap himself. The Haas of Nimblecat isn't improving his lap time. So he's staying P16 for now, as we now look to the other V-Cub of Podge, who I believe is coming into the pits this time around, won't he? Priz coming down the back straight. Uabo, Jay Gullen. Mercedes, I'm trying to see who's on a lap that's going to be next to come across the line. Could be Banana, no, Banana Arm was slow. Mercedes of Inhale on an outlap, the Alpine, both Alpines on outlaps, so no, it must be Jay Gullen then. Jay Gullen will be next to come across the line then. By looks of things, let's see what he can do. Middle sector, you want to be aiming for that low 1 minute freeze. Always in the falls here. It's not the best first sector, but we'll see what he gets on. See if he can get into that top 10, that would be probably where we'd be aiming for here. For the double header here in Silverstone, Tier 3, Season 12, powered by Sim Racing setups here in F7R for round number 9. And starting a lap then is Wobbly Lizard, as into the pits comes Dagon. It's so weird seeing them come into the pits through that way. Yudi's coming across the line. He'll go for another lap then. MB, is he going to come to pits? He is. What about Dave? He's on an out lap. He'll be starting his lap, but keep an eye on that. Inhale, nope. Bulldog, nope. Nathan in the pits. Anyway, James on an out lap, the Red Bull. I'm trying to have a look to see who's on a lap, and it is Jack Carter, and it's a good lap so far. He jumps to P3. That's a great lap from the Red Bull driver to go to 27.6, which is P3. Dave hasn't set a decent lap so far. I think he is on a lap though. We'll keep an eye on him. He is on a lap, so we'll come back to him. As Mohi, now the current pole sitter, is starting a lap himself. What about Dave's teammate Nimblecat? He coming into the pits. No improvement for that Haas driver. As we now look up the order, Forza Ferrari starting a lap himself. Aston Martin of Priz is on a lap here. Is he improving? He does, and he goes to P3. 3 milliseconds off NMX James's time. Great lap from Priz. Uabo now in P13. Jumps up the order. What about the Mercedes of Inhale? He goes to P7 with 27.7. Look how close the pack is in the middle here. Everyone getting used to the track slightly now. Bananarama to the line. He goes to P2. 27.3. Great lap from him. The Alpine of Wobbly Lizard, he's going to jump to P11 with 27.9. Good lap from the Alpine driver. What about Yudi? Yudi also on a lap now, coming across the line. He jumps to P10, the top 10 for Yudi then. The line, Super Skills comes. He's invalidated his lap, so no improvement there. It's Dave Devs. We said what happened to Dave? He's there now, Bijon. He's up onto the top step currently of the grid. What about NMX James? He jumps to P3 ahead of Bananarama Plays. Great lap from James. Now the Alpine of Mohi will be next to come across the line. He is improving, and it looks like he could be into these 26s here, Mohi. Here he comes to the line. He doesn't get to he has a poor final sector, which has cost him there. As now we look to Bulldog, P16 currently. He's having a poor qualifying, Bulldog. He needs to get a good lap in, else he is going to be out of position for the main race. What about Podge? He's starting a lap now. We'll keep an eye on that. Inhale as well isn't improving on his lap, so don't expect anything from him. Forza Ferrari is on a lap, but he's not really improving by anything at all. Uabo isn't improving either. The McLaren of Bananarama isn't improving. The other Sauber of Jay Gunn on an outlap, and Ifni as well also on an outlap, so no one improving on track at the minute apart no Priz. Is Priz improving? No, he's not. He's invalidated. Mohi. No, not Mohi. Wobbly Lizard. I'm trying to find people that are actually improving. Yudi into the pits. As now to the line comes Super Skills, and he jumps to 5th with 27.4. If we look now at the gaps to the leader, look how close this pack is. That is incredible. A second, just on 8/10 roughly, separates the top 14. That is incredible. Dave currently on provisional pole by 6 milliseconds. It is incredible how close it is out here. Mohi comes into the pits, ready to start one final shootout. What about Bulldog? He needs a good lap here, and he comes into the pits, ready to go again. He was up on his time, but he decided to come to the pits. Not risk anything, he'll go again, trying to do a better lap. What about Podge then? He's not going to come to the pits. He's going to be improving his lap time, and it's a big improvement so far. Here comes Podge. He goes P3. Great lap from Podge, ahead of his championship rival. Nimblecat starting his lap as well. Might be his final lap, I'm not sure. McLaren of PX Limit as well now, also on an out lap. Jack Carter in P8. Forza Ferrari is on a lap. He is not improving on a lap either, so he'll go again. I reckon to probably charge up the battery and just go again. Here comes Ifni. He's improving on his lap, and he jumps to P12. It's not the best so far from Ifni that we've seen from him in the past. Jay Gollan then, he's invalidated. He's struggling here as Jay Gollan to get a lap on the board here. It's not great to see for the Sauber driver. Yeah, lots of people probably having a lot less practice here. Everyone's so focused on the main circuit. Jack Carter goes, he's on an out lap now, starting his lap. Drivers starting to come out now for the final few runs. Podge out there on track, he's not improving as you'd expect as he just set a lap. Nimblecat though. Let's have a look at Nimblecat. We haven't seen much of him this qualifying session in the Haas car. what can he do? It's a good middle sector actually. 103.4, he's 4 attempts up. I don't know if it's going to really jump him up much, but we'll see how he gets on. He might have had a poor final sector, which is why he's so far down from the rest, but we'll see. Let's have a look at the Haas driver. Obviously, he's a tier 4 driver, so he's just holding his ground. He goes off there. That's going to hurt his lap, but can he still maybe gain a bit of positional time? To the line he comes then. Nimblecat comes across the line. He does improve his time by 2 attempts, but there's definitely time in that, seeing as he went off the track in the final sector. So we could see some more from Nimblecat. We'll have a look. Jay Gollan finally is on a lap that's actually valid. Forza Ferrari, sorry, not improving on his time currently. In the end, he doesn't improve at all. The Ferrari of Ifni isn't on a lap. He's going to get out of the way of Jay Gollan here. He has got a valid lap on the board if he can just get this final corner right. To the line he comes, Jay Gollan. He goes to P18. It's nothing crazy. He goes to P18 though. And now the Williams of Nathan starting his first lap, and hopefully he can get a time lap on the board, possibly his one and only lap in this race, in this qualifying session, not race. Bulldog on and out lap, as they're all going to trundle out once again for these final laps in qualifying. Nimblecat then. Invalidate his lap, no time improvement, just now waiting for everyone to start their final laps really. Bulldog on and out lap, he'll be the first driver to set a lap, but I do want to just keep an eye on the drivers around him. Oh my god, I'm tired. Bulldog then, let's have a look, let's go on board with this lap from Bulldog. In the Mercedes, keep an eye on guys also trying to set laps as well, but for now let's go on board with Bulldog. The Mercedes driver obviously had that moment, he got like P4 in qualifying in the main, the normal way round, but the reverse circuit proving a bit difficult for him in the qualifying session. What can he do in the first sector? It's a 26.8 and he's at purple. 7 tenths up as well. It's an incredible first sector from Bulldog. Really, really good first sector. Currently that would already put a P8 if he found 7 tenths improvement. So let's have a look and see what he can do. Little sector. Got to keep it nice and keep it top, keep it on the track. Beautiful through tops there. Really tidy lap so far from Bulldog. Let's not give him a complicated curse though. And he just needs to keep it clean. Now we're here through Brooklands and Woodcote. Luffield as well. Really nice from Bulldog there. As he now finishes sector 2. So 1 minute 2.5 is a really strong lap so far. 7 tenths up still. This could jump up to the top 5 or 6 even. If he can get this final sector right, it could even be more. Gets the apex quite nicely there from Bulldog. Now the final 2 to 3 corners left on this track. He hits the apex nicely. It's that final run, flat out pretty much, all the way to the line here. A bit of lift maybe here. Flat out there. To the line. Bulldog goes to P3. Just misses out on pole position. It was so close. BX Limit now starts his final lap. But Bulldog, a very valiant effort from the Mercedes driver. Super Skills starting a lap. The McLaren of Bananarama as well. Uabo retires, so he won't go any further in this session. Pod starts an outlap. MB will be, Ifni starting an outlap as well. The Aston Martin of Priz will be the first driver to come across the line. Dave's retired, so he won't improve. Priz comes across the line, it's a 27.8, he doesn't improve. The V-Cup of Udi doesn't improve. Oh, he's starting a lap, sorry. The Williams then of NMX James also starting a lap, so just getting these final drivers to come across the line then. The Sauber of Jay Gollan is starting a lap as well. He's improved, but not by position. MB goes to P8. Mohi goes to provisional pole. A 26.9, the first driver into 26 is a great lap from Mohi. Really strong lap. Now we look to Inhale in the Mercedes. He jumps to P5 with 27.3. Great lap from him. We now watch and wait for the rest of the drivers. There's a long wait for the rest of them to come round. Bulldog won't be improving, obviously, as you'd expect. But the Aston Martin of Super Skills will be next to come across the line. And it is a purple middle sector then. Super Skills is on for a good lap so far. Let's see if he can hold it down. Super Skills then in the Aston Martin. He'll be next to come across the line to set a lap. Can the Aston Martin driver mount a challenge for pole? He's purple in the middle sector. I don't know how his first sector went, but let's see what he can do anyway. The Aston Martin driver to the line. Is he going to be in the 26s? He isn't. He jumps to P6. It's an improvement, but nothing crazy. Bananarama goes to P2. He takes the front row off Dave. A great lap from him. Podge finishes his session P5. Ifney jumps to P3. Look how close the gaps are. It's incredible. PX Limit then into McLaren. He can't improve on his lap. He stays 13. Udi stays 14. Jack Carter stays 12. He invalidated his final lap. The Williams of James then, championship contender. He stays P9. And that is it, I believe. Unless Jay Gullen can do something about it, he's invalidated. So that's it. Mohi will be on pole position for the main race. He couldn't do it in the first race. Instead, it was Dave. This time, Dave starts P4. He'll be disappointed with that. What a qualifying. Look at the gaps. A second separates the top 15. Incredible stuff in F7R Tier 3. Really great stuff there. And that is it for session. Please remember, if you are racing, do give people a few minutes just to settle down and set the setups. Get a drink, do everything, get sorted. That is your grid then. Your top group, Mohi on pole, followed by Bananarama and Ifney is your top 3 then. Just going to put an announcement out just to make sure that people know. Remember everyone, if you are racing, please give people a minute or two. 5-minute break, yeah, roughly 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever. Just give people some break. Obviously, it's a lot of restarting, resetting, etc. So, while we got a minute or two, how is everyone feeling about this race so far? And also, how did everyone think about the actual F1, the real F1, of Kimi Antonelli getting his first race win? It's incredible to see. How's everyone feeling after that? And if people are racing in Tier 4, Tier 3, no, Tier 4, Tier 2, Tier 1, are you guys all excited for later on for this format? I really like the format. I'm excited for it. It's a real nice format. Talk to me, everyone. 34 of you in here. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Great lap from Mohi. Remember, if you want to join the Discord, !Discord in the chat, and it will send you a link to the server. As by that sound, it sounds like we're going to get going again. Here we go, I hardly get a break. So we now watch the formation lap. Let's have a look at the tyres then. I did put a little announcement to see if people would listen. I mean, at least it was a few minutes. At least it was an instant. That's the positive. So then, another 13 laps of Silverstone about to get underway. And let's see how everyone gets on. Mohi will lead us away. It's a real big mix of softs and mediums. From what I've learnt, this track kills in tyre wear. Especially that front right. You've got Cops, you've got Club Corner, you've got like the first corner and reverse circuit. There's a lot of those long left-handers that just kill that front right. So we'll keep an eye on that. Graining will be a lot higher than the normal way. So we'll keep an eye on that. And that's a good little note for everyone. I mean, I'm not the best driver, if you are Tier 1, as you know. But I mean, yeah. What I know, the front right grains a lot on reverse circuit. So we'll see how they get on. But yeah, it's Mohi who will lead us away from Bananarama on the front row of the grid. But yeah, good luck to everyone racing in this final final session of this double header in Silverstone, and good luck to everyone later on today in Tier 2, which happens at 12:30 live on this account once again. F7 Racing Tier 2 race at 12:30, the Tier 4 race at 3 o'clock, and then the same, and then the main event, Tier 1 at 7 o'clock this evening, all on this account. All on this account, so be prepared. I'm sorry if my mic is a bit poor, guys. I have had a bit of problems with my microphone recently. I'm hoping it's all okay. Just let me know if I do go quiet for like a few minutes. Just put it in the chat, because it's more than likely that my mic's just gone, and I'll try and sort it. But here we go then, we're about to get underway as Nathan just forms the last place on the grid. There's the tyres for you, it's a real mix of softs and mediums. But here we go then, in Formula 7, round number 9, the double header in Silverstone. We are in the second race of 2 for Tier 3 Season 12, powered by Sim Racing Setups. Lights are out, and we are underway in the second race. Banana gets a really poor start. Mohi gets a really good start as well. But Ifni from third on the grid, straight into the lead. What a start from Ifni. It's absolute carnage in the middle of the pack. They're all getting through nice and cleanly. I assume no real big spins, but there's a lot of position changes. It's hard to keep up. But what a start from Ifni. Side by side goes Banana Rubber and Bulldog through the first corner. Great start from them. Aston Martin side by side, 3 wide we go between Dev and the 2 Aston Martins. Dave had a bit of a poor start, dropping positions, but looking down the pack, it's all change here in this reverse circuit race. Ifni with a great start off the launch from third on the grid, straight into the lead, ahead of Mohi and Podge now after P3 with a great start himself. Looking down the orders, they all come trundling through. A lot of drivers hitting the grass there. James and Priz, I saw their UD as well as Wobbly Lizard. A lot of drivers hitting the grass as a big train, all trundling through. But side by side at the front then, Podge and Bananarama. Bananarama after his poor start, he's trying to get back ahead of Podge and get back to where he started in second place. Through they go now, down the straight. And Podge has been overtaken by Bananarama in the end there. Ifni has almost gapped Mohi straight away. A great launch from the Ferrari driver, really good stuff. Bananarama in P3. Podge in P4, doing a good job. Bulldog P5 also making up places himself. Ifni sets the fastest lap. On to lap 2 we go then with a 33.2. It's a good lap from him. Looking down the order, no one really going for it into turn number 1. It's a horrible corner if you want to make an overtake here. It's very difficult. Oh, so you can see there Udi's hit the back of Forza Ferrari, and oh no. There's lots of that. Oh, Nimblecat rejoining the track. Wobbly Lizard as well. Forza Ferrari, oh gosh. Forza Ferrari's gone to a slowdown. He's getting back going again, but that was carnage there in the middle there. As we now look to MB trying to get ahead as Priz and DMB Super Skills trying to switch positions here, but Jack Carter's capitalising on that with a great overtake now. And look at Jack, he's trying to go for Priz here. Is he going to go the long way round at Cops? This would be interesting. He doesn't in the end, he just settles behind him, but look at that, DMB goes on the grass again. And that's oh my goodness, and look at that. TX Limit's gone sideways through there. Lots of drivers still getting used to this new layout after a whole long race of, oh my god, Wobbly Lizard side by side of PX Limit. Through Brooklands they go, side by side, oh, PX getting a bit slidey there. Not great to see. There's a big slide down, PX is lucky to not be out of this race after that, as Bananarama makes a move on Mohi there. Side by side they go, through the final sector of this lap. On the reverse circuit, of course, the final sector, normally it would be the first sector, but Bananarama back to where he started and ahead of the pole sitter. And Bananarama a second faster that lap than Ifni's time, so Bananarama plays looking comfortable it seems in that McLaren. As there's yellow flags in the background as Forza Ferrari's gone off, as well as PX Limit. He's into the pits and he's got a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Forza Ferrari sideways, he gets back going again, he's sliding everywhere. But he's got back going again in the end, luckily. You can see both of them coming into the pits then. Forza Ferrari retires from the session and his session over then. Forza Ferrari onto an actual Ferrari. And it's Ifni trying to defend from Bananarama, but look at Mohi. Straight on the back of Bananarama after a poor little entry through Magnussen Beckett from Bananarama. Mohi capitalising straight onto that. And Bananarama catching the grass here. A lot of drivers catching the grass in the exit of top. They need to try and avoid that as it can cost them a lot of time, possibly position. Bulldog as well, just sitting in behind this one, so you get the helicopter camera here. Podge is trying to get into those podium positions on the back of Mohi and Bananarama. We look down the middle here, UD and Uabo fighting away, the two Saubers trying to work together as well. Bananarama right on the back of this lead battle. Oh, as Mohi's gone off. Mohi's gone way off the track, and that's going to allow Podge to get through as well as Bulldog. Mohi rejoins the track right into the path of Dave there, trying to keep up with it all. But Mohi's gone off the track. That is really unfortunate for the Alpine driver, who was running in P3. To allow Dave and Bulldog and Podge all to get back ahead. And ahead of him. And now look at Bananarama. He's all over the back of it, isn't he? After a poor start from the McLaren driver, he's right back into this race now. As Nathan now, Uabo's retired in the pits. Nimblecat also boxing as well himself. He'll get ahead of him, Uabo of course. But here we go then. Are we going to see a new race leader then in this race? Bananarama is going to go to the inside. He's going to dart to the inside of the Ferrari driver. Side by side they go through Magnus and Beckett's, and in the end, Ifney does stay ahead in that Ferrari. Great racing here between those two. On lap 4 of this race, Jack Carter right behind Mohi as well. Really sticking to the back of him. Look at Jack Carter, he's going to go inside of Cops there. Mohi's going to have to stick it on the outside. He lifts off in the end, knows that won't happen. He goes off the track into the grass there. As Priz and James fighting away as well. Look at James going to the inside of Priz. Priz gives him plenty of room. And James goes to the inside of Priz, and he's ahead into Brooklands. Now looking back to the front of the pack. Ifney's going to have to be on the defence from Bananarama Place in that Ferrari. No DRS down the straight at all for the drivers. Not a DRS protection zone sadly on reverse circuit. But in the end, look at this. Podge is going for it. Podge is going for it. He's trying to be different on Bananarama. Really sticking his nose in there, trying to get involved in this battle for the lead. Could Podge come out and win this race? What a moment it would be for him and his championship fight and his hopes. But look at this. They're going so well out there. Bananarama and Podge and Ifney. It's a great battle between the two of them as Jake Gullen now picks off those soft tyres. Like I said, there's a serious tyre wear that happens in this track as Podge gets ahead of Bananarama. I don't know how that happened. I think Bananarama must have made a mistake. It's very rare to make a move there. But now Podge takes P2 and he's in the fight now for P1 here as Ifney is finding a lot of pressure here from his rivals of Podge and Bananarama. Bulldog just bringing Dave into this as well. They could come into this quite quickly as well. UD also pitting. Nimblecat on the exit. I think he'll just get ahead of UD, but not ahead of Gullen, Jay Gullen. Down the national pit straight they go then. Podge is your new second place holder. As you can see, the main stage in the background and the big wheel. Podge is practically pushing Biffney through there. And look at, oh my god, Bananarama's off. I was caught by surprise so much there. Podge is back into P1 and Podge now leads the race. But Bananarama on the throttle was too aggressive. And now he's really down into that bottom position as we love the tyres now as requested. So the bottom 4 are all on new tyres. Everyone else is on softs or mediums as Bulldog. As if he pits early then off those soft tyres. Medium tyres definitely seem like the better tyre. I think it could be a medium hard tyre strategy. It could be better. Just 10-second penalty for Bananarama for speeding into the pit lane. His race goes from bad to worse here. He's trying to keep up with everything now. Looking to the front of the pack. Bulldog under pressure from Dave's Devs. Obviously the winner from the first race. And he's now going for it here. Dave, is he going to go to the inside? No, he just sits behind Bulldog for now. But Podge then is your new race leader. But Bananarama had a huge spin there. I'm sorry if I got really high pitched there. I don't know how I did that. As look at Bulldog and Dave Devs nearly going for it in Cops there. He gets limits, speeding into the pit lane, 10-second penalty. No, 10-second time for corner cutting. He must have completely cut the corner there. Oh my god. Never seen that for a long while. But look at Dave, he's right on the back of Bulldog here. Priz and MB, the only drivers still on those soft tyres. Everyone else has pitted or on those medium tyres. Medium versus hard. I reckon medium hard is the strategy you want to look for really here. It's good info for the drivers looking at the future tiers, of course. But Podge leading this race, doing a great job for the VCAR team. When will he pit? Will he pit now? Will he pit? He does pit. Podge pits then. Bulldog and Dave carry on. And Jack Carter pits, and James will carry on as well. So Bulldog is your new race leader then. And Dave is closely following. I'm intrigued to see what tyres these guys go on to. I reckon hards could be the interesting one. I reckon hards could be the right one to go on to. We could also see some soft tyre runners as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Are we going to see some tyre? Yeah, we're going to see hards for Jack Carter and Podge. So hard tyres look favoured for drivers out there, especially for this reverse circuit. But looking at Dave and Bulldog, this battle going ahead is really strong. Podge on the exit is going to be close with the Alpine of Mohi. Mohi's going to come out just behind then. But it's going to be close to Jack Carter and Mohi even. Let's have a look at the exit here. I think Mohi's just going to get ahead. He is. But looking at the battles then, Dave versus Bulldog. Dave is right on the back. DRS activated as well for the Haas driver. Into Brooklands they go. Dave just sits behind for now. He'll get another chance. Plenty of chances left in this race. 6 laps to go, including this one at 7. Inhale did get a 10-second penalty. Let's have a look at the penalties. Let's look at Nathan. Nathan up in P6. There we go, Nathan. Absolutely flying, buddy. MB in P5. Overtaking Nathan in the end there. Nathan in that Ferrari sandwich now. He's got to watch out. If he got a 10-second Bananarama and Inhale. And PX Limit also getting 10-second. A lot of people struggling with the pit entry in reverse circuits. A lot harder on this one because downhill braking is a really hard one to get right. Dave then into pits. He gets a 10-second as well. Oh my word, they're really struggling with this pit entry. Even the real big ones. And Bulldog gets a 3-second for track limits. A lot of penalties here. Podge got to push. He's got to push. Yeah. Will he come ahead of Dave? Let's have a look. Let's go on board with Podge, shall we? The on board of Podge. Can he undercut Dave here? That is the question. It's going to be close on the exit. Dave's going to be really close. We can see Nathan in the podium positions then. Look how close it is. Podge is pushing so hard. He's going to get ahead of Dave here. Undercut from Podge has worked nicely there. As Limit has retired in the pits. His race is over then. He was ahead anyway. Let's look at Ifney trying to make a move on Nathan here. Nathan not really fighting that one too hard. Nathan just settles the P4. The podium was on, but it wasn't on for long enough, sadly, for Nathan. He got down to P4. But look at Priz now on the back of Bananarama, trying to cause a bit of trouble with Priz here. Let's have a look at the tyres once again. Let's have a look at the tyres again. So, let's have a look at pit stops actually. So everyone in the top 4 haven't pitted apart from Ifney, who is the leader of the pit stoppers. And he is on new medium, so Ifney is looking good then. But he has got that 10-second penalty, which is going to hurt him. Podge as well in P5 running quite nicely. As we look now to the middle of the pack, sorry I went the wrong way there. Priz going around the outside of Bananarama here. Bananarama defending well. Priz just sits behind and he's got to settle now for P10 on the road. Look down the pack, close battles. Nathan sticking with Ifney quite nicely here, Nathan. Doing an alright job for the Williams team, as well as NOX James is in the pits with Bulldog. Nathan then will be coming into the pits. No, he's not. He's staying out here. Nathan's going very long on these mediums here. Doing a great job. Nathan's going to be sitting in P2 currently as it stands. Podge will jump to P3. He's got to get ahead of Nathan, of course. Mohi in P4 running quite nicely as well himself. But out of the pits then comes Bulldog. Well, he come out. It's going to be P8, I think, just behind Priz and Bananarama. It's going to be close actually on exit, and he's going to come ahead of Bananarama. So that's perfect for Bulldog. He can get into that nice little gap to try and close into Dave. That's a perfect gap for Bulldog now. Just really hammer down and get this race sorted. As Priz still side by side with Bananarama. Through Maggots and Beckett and Chapel they go. Side by side they go. Priz racing well here with Bananarama. And in the end, Priz just settles for P8 and gets back ahead of the McLaren driver. Lap 9 of this race. Ifney looking strong, but that 10-second penalty is going to really, really hurt him. Nathan is got a pit again. He's the only driver to not pit. Sadly, if he had pitted, oh my word, the absolute scenes this would be. As he is letting by Podge there, no real fight from Nathan. He's really struggling now on those tyres, and Podge goes into P2. I was looking at Dave then, under pressure. No, putting the pressure on, sorry. Jack Carter and Mohi. Little trio here, trying to fight away. I reckon we could see Nathan come to the pits here. Are we going to see it? I think we are now. Yeah, we are. We're going to see Nathan pit then. He's got to get this pit entry right. He comes into the pits nice and slowly. And he doesn't get that speeding pit lane fine. Imagine Nathan won it. That would be incredible. Looking down the pack, Nathan's causing obviously some lots of position changes. Oh, wide goes Dave. Dave's from wide. That's going to compromise his exit so bad here. He's going to lose DRS to Jack and Mohi as well because he's out of the detection zone. Weird bug of it not staying there in the pit lane. Yeah, it's annoying. It happened in the main race as well, I'm pretty sure. I didn't see anyone in the pits. As look at Dave under pressure from Bulldog now as well after that mistake. But Ifney looking strong, but with the penalties included, Podge is looking the favourite for this one in my opinion. But Jack is right on the back of Mohi here. Jack looking for that podium position right now. He's going to be in the podium with the what's it called? With the penalties aside. Yeah, I'm showing that now. Showing it now because it's a close battle. 2 tenths between them. Bananarama and Priz also side by side. Bananarama is ahead of Priz. Back to this lead battle. No DRS down the straight, of course. No worries, mate. No worries. No DRS down the straight, but Mohi trying to defend as hard as he can from Jack Carter, who's really on hot pursuit then. As we have a look at the tyres then, as we go on to lap 11 then with Ifney. 3 laps to go if you include this one we're going on to now. As Jay Gullen making a move on the Alpine of Wobbly Lizard down the middle of the pack. Dave is on softs, Nathan also on softs, and there's just a mix of mediums and hards then. It's only when you're on comms or as a spectator. So then, Mohi leaves the train then of Jack Carter, Dave, Bulldog. This is an interesting train, obviously advantage to Jack and Mohi, but Jack right on the back with DRS as well. Here we go, we're going to have a new 3rd place holder on the road. Look at this, so close. Jack pushing him through. And side by side they go now between Bulldog and Dave. Bulldog comes out on top of that, but Dave sticky on the inside here. He doesn't get it done in the end, and Bulldog has to settle. Jack and Mohi still going at it here. Jack trying to get the little launch out of the tops here, and he gets a beautiful launch. DRS now down into Brooklands. Jack Carter is your new 3rd place holder. Obviously with the penalties included, he will be in P2 currently. Is James making a move on Priz there as well. And there's a lock up there for Priz, and he found it in, no, it was Inhale, sorry, I think. I don't know who it was, but there's a lock up there from someone. That's costing positions there, as now Bulldog we look at on the back of Mohi after getting overtaken by Jack Carter. That is unfortunate for him. Penultimate lap of this race then we are about to go on to then with Ifney. He's done a great drive from him today. It's been really good to watch from Ifney. He's done super stuff in that Ferrari, and he's going to hold it down as well. But yeah, look at this. Hodge is going to be your winner as it stands, and no commentator's curse intended. Jack Carter still having to defend here quite hard. Nathan making a move on MD as well. Side by side they go. Nathan squeezing him as tight as he can. Still side by side they go. The Ferrari and the Williams broadcast camera giving us a beautiful view of this. And Nathan into that final points playing position then. He tries to settle that charge down to try and get into that 14th position with Nimblecat ahead of him. Dave disconnected. Did he? I don't think he has. I think he's just struggling. I'm pretty sure did I miss the message or something? Because the car is still running on. Let me see. It looks like it's moving like an AI, doesn't it, actually? You're right. I've invited him back. I'm hoping he can join back, or he might have to end this race with AI, sadly. That'll be his race over then. That is so unfortunate from Dave. So then, Ifney will start the final lap of this race then. Ifney won't hold this P1 down unless Podge and Jack make mistakes or something. As Ifney has a free second as well. So it's going to hurt him even more. That gap is going to shrink. He's going to shoot down the order. I'm really interested to see how this order ends up, as Nathan gets a free second as well now. Yeah, we can take off penalties if they are like worthy. Your teammate and realistic, lol. But here we go then, as James making a move on Bananarama. Side by side they go now, down the pit straight. They go. Side by side they go. Will Bananarama goes to the inside. He is going to go to the inside of James. Down the inside he goes. A beautiful move from Bananarama to get into. They're still side by side though, going through these corners. Anyway, James holds on. Bananarama still going at it here. These two producing great racing here in F7R on the final lap of this race. Giving it everything. A beautiful switch back from Super Skills. No, from Bananarama, but Super Skills now gets ahead of Bananarama. So McLaren losing out positions then, but it's going to be Bulldog who's right on the back of Mohi as well. But it's going to be on the road. It's going to be Ifney who's going to win this one. Bulldog, the last corner maybe. He's got one big chance here into this final corner of Village. He's not going to do it. But on the road then, it's going to be Ifney who's going to win. Ifney wins on the road in Silverstone. But Podge will win the reverse Grand Prix race to extend his championship lead by a country mile from James. Jack Carter will hold the defensive job to get P2 on the road. Mohi will come in for P3, Bulldog P4, James will come in for P4, the penalties applied. Ifney drops to 6th, Super Skills 7th, Dave down to 9th with Priz getting up to 8th. Bananarama P10, Inhale P11, Wobbly Lizard for P11, sorry, as Inhale drops to P12. 13th for Nimble Cat it will be, and then Nathan will come home for P14, but MB is just going to snap that off of Nathan. In the end, that last point playing position will go to Nathan, and Jay Gullen P16, and Yudi will come home for P17. That's it then. That is the race. Podge will come home for the reverse Grand Prix win. Dave will come home for the normal race win. Guys, I'm going to need some help for driver of the day. I'm assuming. Okay, that's cool. I'm assuming that it's a combined driver of the day for all three, or is it a driver of the day for each race? If so, I can choose one for that. But that's the podium then. Podge, Jack Carter and Mohi. They've both been all been excellent today. It's a driver of the day for each Grand Prix. Okay. So my driver of the day for the normal way round is Dave. He drove a great race. He dominated that one. He really did control it. This one is so easy to give it to Podge. Jack making up places as well. I'm going to give it to Podge. I'm going to give Podge driver of the day. Jack did an incredible job himself as well to get P2. But I'm going to give it to Podge. I know it's boring just giving it to the winner for both races, but Dave controlled that race in the reverse, in the normal way. And Podge just drove excellent from P6 on the grid as well. But that's your results then. I'll get them for everyone. DNF for Limit and Duabo and Forza Ferrari. I'll also get Race Director in case anyone needs a pit stops as well. Get Race Director in case there's any warnings needed to be removed. I love to get Race Director for people just to help out. There we go. We do get it all. We do. There we go. So yeah, driver of the day for the normal race is Dave, and then for the reverse track, I'm going to give it to Podge. So that's it. It's a bit of an earlier finish. That's good to know for the future. We finished quite early for this format. But yeah, that's it then. That is it for Tier 3 Round 9. It's a double header in Silverstone for Season 12. Powered by Sim Racing Setups. Thank you everyone. Great cons, thank you. Thank you Nathan. Great racing from everyone, yeah. Really good fun to watch. Make sure to join the stream again for Tier 2 in just under an hour's time at 12:30. They'll be racing on this account as always. Tier 4, sorry, will be at 3 o'clock, and Tier 1 will be at 7 o'clock. Thank you everyone for joining me on this race morning. Really, really fun to commentate that event. A really nice format as well. Really thought through, really well done. Yeah, good fun. Really good fun. So yeah, thank you everyone, and I will see you hopefully for future F7R races, and I hope to commentate plenty more in my time. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Congratulations to Dave and Podge once again. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.